I think, like a lot of people, I'm frightened by basically our civilization's reliance on fossil fuels and the destructive rate of consumption. So I made a series in the American West that reflects that anxiety. And while it's taken, the pictures are taken in a documentary style, and it's this contemporary look at the landscape as it is now, and land use and roadways and car culture and all that kind of stuff. It's also, I wanted to express some dark stuff and these feelings and this psychological atmosphere that relates to, I guess, an uncertain future and um, an acknowledgement of the frailty of our economy and ecology and so on. So I did that through these black and white landscapes that are at the fringes of industrial civilization in this car culture in America, kind of where they meet the frontier or the imagined frontier. And that's where I think there's a certain tension that interests me a whole lot. Well, I'm not sure if it communicates it perfectly, or the whole thing can be summed up, because photography is a serial medium, and you kind of need a conversation going on with pictures to get to points that are made. But if I were to choose one, it might be the picture of the motorcycle tracks within this big landscape, and really shows can be what can be done to a landscape with a lot of people doing something that seems minimal and adds up to something more. But at the same time, when all of that's measured against geology and in the seeming eternity of the mountain, it reminds you of this strange conflict between human beings and our natural surroundings, and for some reason that resonates with me. In addition to things I want to communicate, or what the pictures are doing, just in a general sense, I like being in these landscapes. I feel it something special when I'm there, and I just like the connection I feel. A lot of this comes from intuition when you're out there, and whenever you're shooting, you don't always know why you're shooting something. There might be some contextual, some content within the scene that expresses a message you're trying to get across. But I think more than half of it, it's like, a very large part of the photo making process deals with this intuition that you have, and you just go with it, and then you get back to the editing room and make sense of all of this, the stuff you get from after you cast a wide net. I was in college, and I took a black and white course in photography. It wasn't my major. I just took it along the way, and I thought it would be a nice hobby. But little by little, it grew into a passion. And at that time, I was playing in these punk bands, and I was going around the country and looking out the window at the landscape. And I ended up arming myself with this 35 millimeter old Minolta camera, and that led to a more meaningful fascination with the landscape and what I was seeing around me as I was out west and driving across these big, open, vast expanses. Yeah, since then, it was never something I was really serious about at first, but as time moved on, I just got addicted, and it turned into this, unending passion.